Good morning, guys. It is your girl Renee, and I am excited to come to you this Friday morning. Happy Friday, everybody. For those of you who are new to my page, I am Renee Wilson. I am a full-time entrepreneur. I invest in crypto. Yes, I trade crypto, and I'm still into the day trading. And I'm all about health and wellness. So if you're new to my page, and there's about 200 of you that are new to my page this week, good morning and God bless you. Some of you have already been in my inbox to introduce yourselves. So thank you for the introductions. And I will be individually introducing myself to you as well. So if you see that I have messaged you, I will be introducing myself a little bit more to you coming soon. Good morning, Antoinette. So, listen, guys, I'm just coming to you this morning to just share a little bit about God's promises, even in the midst of chaos. Listen, over the last couple of years, we as a society have been thrown in this whole chaotic pandemic, and we saw where the world was scrambling for answers, and people were making rash and quick decisions about things, and they were not always the best decisions. And all of a sudden, we 6, 7 months into the pandemic, and there's these 3, 4 vaccinations, and then everybody is, well, get vaccinated, don't get vaccinated. So it's just like all of this chaos, right? So that's on the world level, or on our country level, right? But then when you have chaos in business, when you have chaos in relationships, be it family, your relatives, or your family, husband, wives, right, or your significant other, what have you, when the chaos ensues in any situation, it is where you learn the character of people. But most importantly, you learn a lot about your own character. How you handle chaotic situations, especially when it involves money. It says a lot about your level of character and integrity, especially when it involves you possibly throwing friends against each other and different crazy things, right? All these little situations we can find ourselves in that we have to know how to handle. There's a really good friend of mine, and she know who she is. She always says, sis, no matter how you feel in your shanana, you gotta lead in love. And that is so true. But how do you lead in love in the midst of chaos? How do you lead in love in the midst of hurt feelings? How do you lead in love when people have acted in ways that shows lack of integrity? Well, you go back to the promises of God. First thing he says is to seek me first. Second thing he says is to commit your ways to me, and I will direct your path. So that's everything. It's the chaos in your life, it's the calm in your life, it's the decisions you have to make about relationships, finances. All those things are important to put and submit before God. So, in the midst of the chaos, no matter how people act, how they respond, your response is everything. So, if you're in a chaotic situation and it allows for this process, you do 3 things. First, in spite of what you think and how you feel before you open your mouth, pray. Even if you have to pray within, if you can't, you're not at home, you're at work, and you need a moment. If you have to walk out of the room for a second and excuse yourself and say, you know what, guys, I'll be right back. And you go have your moment with God, submitting your heart, your feelings, and everything to him, and say, let me see this how you see it, and let me handle it the way you would desire me to handle this situation and these people, because they're your people, even though they may be on my last nerve. So you let God know where you are. He can handle your honesty. So in your seeking him first, you can access his promise, and you seeking him first, and you casting that care, you're casting your care upon him, so that you and him can come to the table, reason together, and he, by the way of his Holy Spirit, can lead you in the right way of how to handle difficult people, messy people, people that lack character, all of that, right? When you have to handle these situations, get into a place where you can pray so that you can get your feelings in check, because you'll get a new set of feelings another day or in the next moment. And one thing one of my mentors likes to say is that if it involves business, you do business with your head. You have relationships with your heart. So in that, you secure, after you have prayed, you fully evaluate the situation and look at how you moved, because you can't change how anybody else move in any given situation. You have to look at you, because the only person you can change, that you can allow to grow, that you can allow to learn some new lessons and, maybe operate a little bit different the next time, is you. And so you look at the full situation. If there's a place that you need to apologize, you apologize. If there's no place that you need to apologize, you accept the movement of people and you handle things accordingly. They've shown you who they are. You accept who they are. But you set your boundaries, speak what you must in love. That's that key, my dear friend Antoinette, in love. You secure the important relationships and you move forward. You make decisions and you put those decisions and those plans before God and you move forward. And sometimes that's a very quick thing, right? I'm saying it and it may sound like it happens, over a long period of time. No. Sometimes it has to happen in seconds, in minutes, because you got to pull yourself together, go back in that boardroom and handle your business, or you got to pull yourself together and get back on that phone or on that Zoom call and handle your business. But in all the things you do, you make sure that you seek God, lead in love, evaluate the situation, control how you move, and then make decisions on how to move forward. So even in the midst of chaos, God says that if you obey him, his promise is that he will keep you in peace, that you will have peace, that you will have security, and all those things that he said in Deuteronomy, y'all know that word is like a tongue twister. 28, 1 through 14, all those promises also will be added unto you. So if you find yourself in a chaotic situation in your home and your familiar relationships with your family, in business, I'm going to admonish you to just take it down, calm down, and make decisions. I watched a video the other day, and I don't remember where I saw it, but it was Alicia Keys, and she was talking about the friend group she had around her, and how everybody around her wanted what they wanted from her and wanted what they wanted in the situations, and how, that situation made her feel weighted down, and it was just so much chaos. And the one thing that she decided to do was just leave the entire friend group. She was like, I'm done. She left that entire friend group, and she sat back, prayed, made decisions, and she began to move forward. What did that do for her? That cleared the atmosphere around her, that relieved her of the dead weight, the complaining folks, the selfish folks. It just cleared the energy. And when you clear your atmosphere of the negative energy, of the negative conversations, of the negative emotions, great things can happen. So even in the midst of chaos, sure, you may have to put some relationships on the back burner and end them all together. But your end result can be you moving in integrity and you having the promise of God, and that's his peace and security to move forward. So, you guys, as I always say, be good to yourselves and then be good to others. God bless you. Have an amazing day.